Imagine talking to money as if it were a living, breathing entity. What if it could hear you, understand you, and respond to your words? That's the secret most people miss. The way you speak to money shapes your reality. It listens to your emotions and thoughts, and it obeys what you believe to be true about it. Stop seeing money as something cold and lifeless, and start treating it like a companion. When you do, it will stop slipping through your fingers and begin to follow you, just as a loyal friend would. The power to attract wealth lies in your imagination. Money has a peculiar way of slipping through your fingers, doesn't it? It's almost as if the harder you try to grasp it, the more it pulls away. The truth is, money doesn't like to be chased. It doesn't respond well to desperation or fear. When you're constantly in a state of wanting, striving, or chasing, it feels your energy and it runs from you. It's a reflection of your own internal state. If you approach money with fear or an unhealthy attachment, it reacts by staying just out of reach, as though it knows you're not in harmony with its true nature. When you beg for something, you're implying a lack, a sense of separation from what you desire. You treat money as if it's something that's outside of you, something you need to get, rather than something that is meant to flow to you naturally. This energetic dissonance is why it hides from you. It's like trying to attract a friend with desperation. A friend who feels unwanted or pressured is bound to stay away. Now, think about how you view money. Is it something to fear, something to hoard, or something to be used cautiously? When you see it as lifeless or cold, you're unknowingly pushing it away. Money doesn't respond to coldness. It thrives in warmth, in trust, and in the belief that it's a living, breathing entity with a purpose. Just as a person needs care, attention, and respect to stay close, so does money. Treat it like a friend, like a loyal companion that you honor, and you'll see how it starts to come back to you. You've probably heard it said that money is hard to come by, or that the rich are greedy. These messages sink into your subconscious and create a barrier. If you believe that money is scarce, then you're attracting scarcity. If you see it as something that never stays long enough, it will behave just like that, slipping away every time it arrives. The belief that there's never enough to go around creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ultimately, money runs away because of the way you relate to it. If you treat it like an enemy, it becomes one. If you treat it like an ally, it will stick around, following your lead. Once you change your approach and begin to speak to it with respect and trust, it will no longer run from you. Instead, it will want to stay and grow with you. Imagine if money could talk back to you. What if it could hear your words, respond to your emotions, and follow your commands? This isn't just a fantasy. It's the reality when you begin to treat money as something alive. Money is not just numbers or paper. It's a force, a spirit, and it reacts to how you feel about it. When you start speaking to it with respect, gratitude, and confidence, you'll begin to see a shift that will change everything. What most people fail to realize is that money is not an inanimate object. It is alive with energy, a manifestation of spirit. When you treat money like it's cold, detached, and just a tool to be used, it remains distant and elusive. But when you view money as something that has life, as a loyal companion rather than a mere transaction, it becomes attracted to you. Just like any living being, it reacts to the way you interact with it. The most important thing to understand is that money does not respond to scarcity, fear, or desperation. When you chase after it or feel anxiety about not having enough, money slips through your fingers. But when you treat it as something precious, like a trusted friend, money will stay by your side. It will multiply, it will grow, and it will be a constant, reliable companion in your life. The key is to stop running after it and instead let it follow you. It is your feelings and your mindset that draw it near, not your actions alone. When you make the conscious decision to speak to money like it is a living entity, you are shifting your reality. Words have power, and the way you speak to money determines how it behaves. If you speak to it with respect, telling it that it is always with you and multiplying, it will respond accordingly. Conversely, if you speak to it with fear or negativity, it will retreat. The way you think about money in your mind shapes the reality you experience. The more you treat money as an abundant, faithful presence, the more it will show up in your life. To truly unlock this power, you must engage in a deeper relationship with money. Imagine it as a person, a loyal partner in your life's journey. When you begin to honor and speak to money with trust and calm authority, you will find that it becomes a reliable companion, constantly growing and supporting you. The money you once felt you were chasing will start to chase you, as long as you treat it like something alive, something worth respecting. Money isn't just paper or coins. It's energy, a force that responds to the way you treat it. And unfortunately, most people treat money like it's something cold, lifeless, and indifferent. When you see money this way, it's no wonder it slips through your fingers. It becomes just another transaction, something to be counted and stored away, with no life or meaning behind it. You might think that working harder or saving more will fix the issue, but it only reinforces the idea that money is a distant, unyielding thing you have to fight for, not a living companion that wants to support you. One of the biggest mistakes people make is fearing money. They panic when they look at their bank account, dread paying bills, and live in constant worry about where the next dollar will come from. This fear does nothing but repel money, pushing it away as if it's an enemy. Fear creates a wall between you and abundance, telling your subconscious that money is something to avoid or escape. When you're scared of it, it responds by hiding from you. Money, just like any other relationship, needs trust and positivity to thrive. If you treat it like something to be feared, it will stay at arm's length, never sticking around long enough to grow. Another way people push money away is by treating it like a burden or something they have to hold on to tightly. They count every cent, track every dollar, and are terrified of spending it, even when they could be investing in their future. This scarcity mindset leads to a constant struggle, making money feel like a prisoner, locked up in a cage. You're not honoring its flow or recognizing that it's meant to come and go, like any living thing. When you hold on to money with a clenched fist, you're not letting it move freely, you're stifling it. Instead of flowing freely in and out of your life, it becomes trapped, and so does your financial energy. And then, there are the people who beg for money. They wish, they hope, they pray for it, but deep down, they're assuming they don't have it or they don't deserve it. This constant begging is like shouting into an empty room, expecting someone to respond. Money doesn't answer to desperation or pleading. It responds to authority, respect, and a sense of ownership. When you beg, you're telling the universe that you're separate from what you want. But when you stand firm, claiming what's already yours, money can't help but follow. Money isn't just a tool or an object. It's a living energy responding to your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. The way you view money determines how it behaves in your life. If you see it as a cold, lifeless thing, that's exactly what it will be. But when you shift your mindset and treat it as a living, breathing entity, something miraculous begins to happen. Most people have been taught to fear money, to see it as something scarce, something that only a select few can have. They chase it, desperate to hold on to it, afraid that if they don't, it will slip through their fingers. This fear creates a distance between them and true abundance. They see money as something to be controlled or battled with, never realizing that it is their own fear and anxiety that pushes it away. Imagine a child who feels rejected or ignored. They don't stay close, they run away. Money behaves the same way. When you reject it, fear it, or act like it's something outside of you, it moves away. But when you welcome it, respect it, and show it affection, it stays. The key to transforming your relationship with money is understanding that it's not an external force to be tamed. It's a part of you, an extension of your energy, a reflection of your belief. When you shift your perspective and treat it as a loyal companion, something changes deep within. Money is not here to make you suffer or control you. It's here to flow in harmony with your life, to serve you, and to expand your possibilities. Treating money as a friend or ally means you stop treating it like a thief or a master. It becomes a loyal companion, one that follows you around and multiplies with ease. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but once you start speaking to it with kindness and respect, you'll notice that it responds in kind. When you speak to money as if it's a precious resource that you honor, it becomes just that. The moment you see money for what it truly is, an energy that flows in response to your imagination, you stop begging for it. You don't chase it, nor do you push it away in fear. Instead, you command it with the calm assurance that it belongs with you. It will follow you, always multiplying and growing, because that's what happens when you treat it like a trusted friend. Imagine this. You've just opened your wallet, and instead of feeling anxious about what's inside, you're filled with gratitude, as if your money is a loyal companion. It's a simple yet profound shift, but it changes everything. Start by treating money like you would treat a friend. Acknowledge its presence, honor it, and appreciate the role it plays in your life. When you see money, don't just see bills or coins, but think of it as an entity that's here to serve you. When you begin to view it this way, it stops being something to chase or fear, and becomes something that flows freely toward you. The more you treat money like a living thing, the more it will respond to you. Try speaking to it as if it's a trusted ally. The next time you reach for your wallet or check your account balance, say something like, "I'm so grateful for you, money. You're always with me, multiplying in my hands." It might feel strange at first, but this small act of personification will shift your energy. The key is to stop seeing money as something distant or scarce. Instead, think of it as a friend who's always by your side, loyal and ready to support you. As you engage with it from this perspective, you'll notice a change, not only in your thoughts but in your reality as well. It's important to feel what you're saying. The words themselves are powerful, but the feeling behind them is what truly moves the energy. When you speak to your money with genuine love and respect, you're aligning your inner world with the abundance you desire. This isn't about empty affirmations or pretending. It's about deeply connecting with the idea that money is a natural part of your life, and it loves being with you. Over time, you'll notice how your relationship with money begins to transform. It won't feel like an enemy you're constantly battling, but rather a faithful companion who's happy to be with you. The more you embrace this idea, the more effortlessly it will flow into your life. Remember, it's not about begging or pleading for it to stay. It's about claiming your right to abundance and treating money with the respect and honor it deserves. When you do, you'll find that it follows you wherever you go, eager to stay by your side. What you whisper to yourself shapes your reality more than you realize. Every thought you entertain, every quiet word you speak in your mind, is a command to the universe. The power of these internal conversations is often underestimated, but it's where everything begins. When you speak to yourself, you are essentially programming your subconscious to believe certain truths about yourself, the world, and your relationship with things like money, success, and love. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and think, "Today will be hard. Money is tight. I'm always struggling." Without even realizing it, you've already set the tone for your day. Those thoughts are the seeds you've planted, and they will grow into your experiences. On the other hand, if you choose to think, "I am abundant. Opportunities are all around me. I welcome success," you've just opened the door to possibilities. Your subconscious takes these thoughts seriously. It doesn't argue or second-guess. They become your reality. Now, think of your internal conversations as the most intimate dialogue you'll ever have. It's not just about affirming positive statements. It's about truly feeling them in your core. The words you repeat in your mind create a feedback loop that influences how you perceive everything around you. If you constantly believe you're unlucky or things never go your way, you'll attract situations that reflect that belief. Your thoughts act like a mirror, reflecting the world back to you in a way that matches your internal world. But here's the thing. This power isn't something you turn on and off like a switch. It's constant. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're always talking to yourself. And those internal conversations are either helping or hindering your progress. You don't need to be loud or dramatic to see results. Subtle, steady shifts in your self-talk can move mountains. The key is consistency. Keep telling yourself that you are worthy, that abundance is inevitable, and that you attract good things. Over time, your inner dialogue will shift from one of scarcity to one of abundance, and that change will be reflected in your external world. Every word you speak to yourself plants a seed in your subconscious. Be mindful of the conversations you have, because they're far more powerful than you think. Choose to speak with authority, belief, and trust in yourself. This quiet, consistent practice will not only change your inner world, but will create the outer world you desire. Stop begging for what's already yours. Imagine how you would speak if you truly understood that abundance is your natural state, and everything you need is already on its way. When you beg, you're creating a vibration of lack, of not having, of separation. The universe responds to your inner state, and begging signals to it that you're distant from what you desire. It's like pleading with a friend who's already agreed to help you, but you keep repeating your request, unsure that they'll follow through. The result? You push them away. You push the very thing you desire away. When you command, however, you step into a place of authority. You stop asking and start knowing. When you speak with authority, your words carry weight. You're not desperate. You're confident in your right to have what you want. It's the difference between a servant begging for something and a master who speaks with the quiet assurance that what they've asked for will be delivered. The universe listens to certainty. It doesn't listen to fear. When you start speaking to money with the confidence of one who already owns it, you create a magnetic pull. Money, like everything else, is energy, vibrating, responding, and aligning with your thoughts. If you approach money with respect, understanding it as a living force, a companion rather than a tool, you'll stop feeling like it's something outside of you. You'll stop feeling like it's hard to get and harder to keep. Instead, money will begin to move with you, as though it's drawn to you, attracted to your certainty, your calm, and your command. Take a moment and think about this. When you speak to money, are you pleading with it as if it's scarce, or are you commanding it like a trusted companion who's always there when you need it? When you make money a part of your life in this way, not only does it stop running away, but it begins to stay, to grow, to multiply. Speak to it as if it's already yours because, in truth, it is. The power lies in your inner state, the certainty that what you desire is already yours. Command it with confidence, speak to it as if it's a friend who supports you, and you'll see it show up. No more begging. The moment you stop pleading, you'll find that the money you've been searching for is already on its way. You just had to stop begging and start commanding. Imagine this. You stand before a mirror, looking at yourself, and in that reflection, you see not just your face but a moment of profound power. The exercise I'm about to share will become the gateway to a new relationship with money, a relationship that brings abundance, prosperity, and flow into your life. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about commanding your reality. Take a moment right now, find a quiet space, and stand before the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. This is your moment. Now, instead of seeing money as something distant or hard to obtain, see it standing right there with you. See it as a loyal companion, always with you, always multiplying. Speak to it as you would to a cherished friend. Let your words flow naturally and with confidence. You belong with me. You are faithful to me. You multiply with me. You never leave me. Feel the power of those words. Don't just say them. Feel them deep inside. Let the sensation of abundance rise in your chest, filling you with warmth and certainty. As you stand there, imagine that money is responding to you, not as an abstract thing, but as something real and alive, a presence that listens to you. This isn't about begging or pleading. It's about recognizing that money, like everything else, responds to how you treat it. If you treat it as a stranger, it stays away. But if you treat it like a trusted companion, it becomes yours to command. The key here is in the energy you put out. Speak to money with authority, but also with love, respect, and deep certainty. Command it, not with fear or desperation, but with the same calm confidence you would use to speak to a friend who you know will always be there for you. The beauty of this exercise is that it doesn't require anyone else to see it. It's between you and your own imagination. Every time you speak to money in this way, you're affirming its presence and your connection to it. Feel the truth of your words, and let that feeling carry you into sleep, knowing that abundance is already on its way to you. When you wake up, don't forget that feeling. Carry it with you, and throughout your day, continue to speak to money as if it is already a faithful friend by your side. Watch as the world responds, and money becomes less of a chase and more of a companion that follows you wherever you go. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that money isn't something you need to chase, but rather, something that follows you. It's been a part of your life, always there, just waiting for you to recognize it. The moment you shift your perspective and begin treating money as a living, breathing companion, everything changes. It's no longer a struggle, no longer a source of stress. Instead, money becomes your ally, a friend that is faithful to you. This shift begins with your inner conversation, the way you speak to yourself about money. Think about it. How often have you found yourself saying things like, "I never have enough," or "money always slips away"? Every word, every thought you have about money, it listens. It's not just idle chatter. Your imagination is the blueprint for your reality, and it reflects back the feelings and beliefs you hold about money. So, if you treat money like it's scarce or untrustworthy, that's exactly how it will behave in your life. It becomes a thief, slipping through your fingers, leaving you in constant fear of not having enough. But when you shift your perception, when you begin to speak to money as you would a loyal friend, something extraordinary happens. Money starts responding to you. It's like a child who craves attention. When you show it love and affection, it starts sticking around. You no longer need to beg or plead for it. It's not about desperately holding on to what you have. It's about knowing deep down that you have everything you need. You see money not as a separate force outside of you, but as a part of your energy, your consciousness. This transformation isn't instant. It requires consistent practice, a deep inner knowing that money is already a part of your life, that it belongs to you. When you speak to it with the calm authority of someone who understands their worth, you stop demanding and start commanding. You treat it with respect, with gratitude, and in return, it stays with you. It multiplies. It's no longer something that you're chasing, but something that seeks you out, finding its way into your life without struggle or strain. The real beauty of this shift is that it's available to anyone who dares to see money differently. When you stop seeing it as lifeless and cold, and instead recognize it as a living, breathing entity, it starts to show up for you in ways you never imagined. The more you honor it, the more it honors you.